Liberty Public Schools is a suburban district just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. We are really focused on providing those real-world learning experiences. Anything that we can do to help kids have more of a self-realization is just giving them tools that they can use as they move on. And the resources that the foundation has been able to provide are they're top-notch. And it's what we need for not only our students, but our teachers, so we know how to best work together.
As a career navigator working with internship students, I'm a big believer in a strengths-based focus. And so the Agilities are just very positive in that way. They like the component that they can grow in their Agilities over time, that growth mindset that a lot of times people talk about, but it's hard to find examples.
I feel like it just helped me understand what I'm good at. When you take the test, you know how to channel that into what you're doing. You know, if you're just in school, you're oh, I communicated well today, or oh, I evaluated that well today.
Whenever I write scholarship essays and stuff, a lot of times it would ask about personal strengths, and I have to write a personal statement to apply for my pre-vet program. And so using the Agilities language has been really helpful.
Students that decide to take an internship are already doing something new and something hard and being vulnerable. And I think this kind of uniformity of language gives them a chance to interact in a meaningful way in an environment that until now was kind of foreign and kind of strange to them. It helps kids realize that they belong here.
Knowing where my strengths are going into a new experience like that is really helpful because you can kind of place yourself rather than letting the environment place you. And innovation, obviously, it's in the title of Dimensional Innovation, so that was a really important one. And having that comfort in that agility was helpful.
If we're sending students out to the real world also needs to know about these students. And so the way I use Agilities too is I make sure to provide the internship sites that I interact with the students' top Agilities so that they can tailor that experience a little bit. They know a little bit more about what an intern brings to the table and can support that better.
We are trying to build social media bases for some of the smaller businesses all over historic downtown Liberty. With this being a team internship, I have my role and then they have theirs. So it's nice knowing what all of our strengths are and how they're similar and how they're different, but what I can bring specifically.
This gives me a chance to work with kids in a much more specific way. If a student has an interest, say, in engineering, but they don't have much more beyond that, the Agilities give me a chance to play around in those Career Explorer tools and to say, have you thought about something like this? Have you thought about something like that?
I already knew my direction a bit, but knowing my Agilities helped me out. And then with my internship, it solidified my decision. I already worked at Liberty Hospital beforehand, serving people with care as a patient care tech, but I wanted to get more experience and know different fields. Cardiology was one of those options, and I enjoyed it and get to experience things that I've never seen before.
Within my 20 years of experience, this has been a very powerful resource that I'd highly recommend because it is student-friendly language, it is strengths-focused, it's a growth mindset, and there are growing free resources that districts can use to support career literacy and career development.
It's phenomenal, not only what they open you up to and what they allow you to understand with the Agilities, but also the Career Explorer tools and everything else that teachers and counselors and everyone that works with students can use to help kids to a brighter future.